Okay, finally getting back to plastic models here. They are actually my first interest. I do mostly plastic models and Flight Simulator, but I do actually like the plastic models more. This is the kit that I've been working on for probably about too long now, because I'm somewhat limited on time. This is AMT, Hardcastle McCormick. It was a show in the 80s. The car is called Coyote X, which is only really exists on the show, but actually what the Coyote was is a kit car called the Montage, which of course looked pretty much like that. They modified a little bit for the show, but type of thing where you could buy and put your own engine in it and customize it however you wanted. Normally would come with Porsche 914 motor. The kit came with a small block 350 or 327. Hard to find information on this car, like on the internet in general. The ones on the shows, on the Hardcastle McCormick show, I think they said two of them had small block 350s, and the other one had a Porsche 914 motor, and actually the fourth one was a DeLorean, and wasn't a Manta at all. But anyway, just to kind of do an update, this is going to be like part one on this, and I will post more when I get farther along. I had a lot of problems with the chrome. Of course, most of the parts that were chrome were not supposed to be chrome, so I had to strip them, and I had a lot of trouble stripping them because there was this. I'm putting up a slide now. There was a way too much pre-treat on there, and the pre-treat doesn't come off easily at all. It took about 6 weeks between Castrol Super Clean and brake fluid to get all that off. But ultimately, all those parts are supposed to be aluminum color, and so got them all stripped and all repainted color of aluminum, like they should be. Put in the transmission, and the wheels, same problem. They were chrome. They're supposed to be aluminum. This is the way they started. Actually, this is the funny thing. All four of them were this size, skinnies. You know, like a car like this is supposed to have wide mags on the back, and it didn't. It had four skinnies. So I replaced the rears with these from Chevy Sports Side custom kit, and I stripped these, and basically I repainted them with Tester's chrome paint, which isn't exactly chrome, but it's not exactly aluminum. This is just Tester's silver. Comes out aluminum color, but this is Tester's chrome. Comes out more like a kind of like a polished mag. And of course I drilled the holes out, made them look better. And those would be the ones that I put on there. Engine, not very far along. Basically because I was waiting for these parts to strip so I could paint them and then put them on. And getting there now. This color here is called Boyd's, that's back here, Sunburst, which is the color I've decided to go with on the car. And here's a good look and what that color is going to look like, if you can imagine the whole car painted like that. Speaking of which, here's the car. It had your basic problem with sinkholes right here. I got in there and filled them and sanded them. Same old thing, body seams, little tiny imperfections, sanded them all out. Having a heck of a time back here. This little bridge there is a separate part, and so I had to sand the seam, get that looking good. But as a result, underneath here I've got a real trick can see that. Look at that seam. And it's a compound curve. It's not a straight up curve, so you can't put just like a rounded file in there. And so I've just kind of been hacking away at it, not really knowing. I've never had to experience anything exactly like that. I don't have a Dremel, or I didn't have a Dremel, but last time I was at BJ's, I bought this giant set. Guess how much? Believe it or not, this was $15. And it's made by, you know, Chicago, which ironically I think is made in China. And yeah, it's probably not as good as a Dremel, but man, if this only lasts a month, I'll be happy. $15 for this set at BJ's. Go get one. It's variable speed. 8,000 to 30,000. And for this particular thing where I got to sand upside down and kind of rounded, it looks like this tip right here, these little ball tips, are going to be perfect for that. Of course, I've never used one of these, so I imagine things are about to get quite a bit easier here. Otherwise, yeah, that's a little unusual kit. I mean, look at it. Of course, your frame is your body. It's like upper and lower halves. It's not like I'm used to. I've never built anything like this exactly. Top and bottom halves. And all your engine, everything is going to be mounted onto there. And I suppose that's stiff enough. Look, right there, the engine's going to go. That's the engine mount, mid-engine. Sort of like that. Or maybe that's backwards. But if you can imagine that color on the body, it's going to be something else. It's about ready for its final primer coat, and then I'll do a wet sand, and then I'll paint this thing. And we're moving right along. But you know, this was the tie up here, was these chrome parts. Now that they're finally stripped and aluminized, I can start putting things together. This here, I'm going to go ahead and wire it up. I got the distributor set for this. I think the yellow wires are going to go good with the red. Let's see. I guess that's about it. This is part one. I'm still working on this. This is what I'm doing right now, and I'll give you another update later. Stay tuned.